Yo, what's good, my fellow deadheads? Your overlord has returned with yet another Bleach Soul Resonance video. I'm really getting into the swing of it and really enjoying making these videos, and I'm just so glad that the reception of this game on my channel has been very well, and it's all thanks to you guys. I make the videos, but you guys choose to or choose not to view them. So again, just want to say very big thanks to you guys. We are very close to 1,100 subscribers, so I mean, let's keep pushing. But yes, today I'm actually going to be talking about all of the different ways that you can increase your unit's power in this game, because there's so much that you can do in this game to work on a character. But I want to go over not only how you boost the character's power, but also all the places that you are going to go to do that, or all the different things that affect the character's power. If you think that videos like this are useful for you, help you in some way, shape, form, or capacity, man, spread the word and let your homies know. Yo, I'm playing Bleach Soul Resonance. This game is fire. Crunchyroll really cooked up this time, and there's a motherfucker on YouTube named DEADMANVINCE, and bro just got the strats, bro. You gotta go watch him, right? Let your homies know. But besides that, if you guys do enjoy the videos, you can go down below, leave a like on the video. You can subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every single time the Deadman hits the Daikyoden Hyurimaru glide. And you can also comment down below and let me know what you want to know, but we're gonna get right into it. So guys, the first and most obvious thing about leveling up a character is literally leveling up the character. Now, I will go ahead and say that the level cap for characters when you first start playing the game, because I know there's some people who are maybe considering playing the game, it's still very fresh. I know there's some people who are probably considering playing the game. The level cap is limited by your account level. So here's rule of thumb. Your character starts out at level 20, or starts out with the capability to go to level 20 at base. Every time you get 10 levels on your account, you just increase your character's max level cap by 10. So when you get to level 10, your character can go to 30. So literally, if you want to figure out what the max level of your character, can be, like for instance, say you're ranked like 36 or something like that. Okay, cool. Take the 10's place number, so not the 6, the 30. Take the 30, add 20 to it. Boom. That's your level cap for your characters at the moment. So when you start the game out, level cap 20, get to level 10, level cap 30, get to level 20, level cap 40, and so on and so on and so on, which means that for you to unlock the final level cap of level 100, you need to get your account to level 80, which is going to be a lot of grinding. But guys, trust, it is certainly worth it. The game is just so enjoyable, so fun, and I could be wrong. They could realize how long it takes to level up, and they could change it when you get up to the higher levels, but I doubt it. I believe you're probably going to have to get to level 70 to unlock level 80 or level 90 as level cap, and I imagine you're going to have to get to level 80 to get to level 100 as level cap. So just keep that in mind as a basic rule of thumb. And also keep in mind that whenever you are leveling up your character's level cap, let's see. Actually, it tells you. Yeah, it tells you right here. Cool. Oh, no. It says a character has to be level 70 and ascended. I was about to say, is that saying that I have to get to level 70 and then level 80 and then level 90? That's insane. But no, you have to get level 80. Just keep in mind though, as you level up these characters, not only are you going to be getting materials, literally the materials you're using to level them up, they're feeding them back to you, but also every level cap that has an odd number in the tens place gives you a summon ticket on the standard banner, so do keep that in mind. This will help you build towards summoning more characters and making the character stronger in that regard. The next step is going to be the character's weapon. Now, the character's weapon cap is based off of the actual character's level cap as well. Now, you can see I want to ascend my weapon, but I cannot do that because I had to get the character's level cap to 80. So that's the rule of thumb for the weapon. The weapon can only be as high a level as the character. So the weapon is essentially based off of your account level too. But once you get the characters up to max level, then all weapons can go up to max level as well, which is very nice. Now, I do not know if there's any extrative form of limit breaking your weapon once you get to the level 100 point, because it's not a character. It doesn't have all these extra passes and everything to it unless you get the weapon stamp. So maybe there's something built into the game where you can do something extra with the weapons once they get to level 100. But as far as I know, I think you just get the weapons to level 100. And now let's talk about weapon stamps as well, because there are character specific weapon stamps, and then there are weapon stamps that are not specific to the character. The weapon stamps provide extra stats to the weapon at a base level, right? If you have the specific weapon stamp for the character, and the character is an SSR, that means the weapon stamp is 6-star, because SSR character exclusive weapon stamps are just naturally 6-star. There are some 5-star weapon stamps that are the same color. They're both gold, right? There are some 5-star weapon stamps, but that just means that they're not character exclusive. That is the difference between 5-star and 6-star weapon stamps. The 6-star ones are character exclusive. The 5-star ones are not. So the 5-star ones are going to give you better buffs than like the SR ones, and then the 6-star one that is specifically for the character is going to give you the best buffs as well. And honestly, let's take a look at a general weapon stamp if I have one. I think I do have a general weapon stamp that is like not for a specific character. Weapon stamps. So let's see. Oh, I guess I don't. So I can't really look at the weapon stamps. Yeah, I can't look at or I guess I can figure out where the weapon stamps are in the banner, and then I can look at one of those. I just want to see what the base level stat boost is. Okay, never mind. Weapon stamps are general if you're at this rarity. Then there are still some general ones in the SR range, but once you get to the 5-star range of weapon stamps, there are not general weapon stamps anymore. So there are no just like basic weapon stamps. And let me double check that. Let me make sure before I go capping the rap. Hold on. Yeah, no, there are no 5-star weapon stamps that are just like general. Every weapon stamp that is SSR is specifically for the character they are for. So maybe I'm thinking of core stamps that I was talking about, the 5-star versus 6-star. That's core stamps I'm talking about. I'm sorry, chat. But yes, weapon stamps again, 50% boost on the stats here. You can see literally half the number of the stats is just being added on top of it. But also these weapon stamps are going to give you an extra little effect on the kit, and they are pretty much like skill pages from Black Clover Mobile. They don't necessarily change a specific skill all the time, but they can affect some skills, or they can affect, you know, the way your passive works or something like that. But it does seem like it's a general consensus in this game. You want the weapon stamp if you're getting a character. So whenever you are summoning for a character, and this is just kind of like a tip for, you know, this is a tip for being conservative with your crystals, free to plays. But whenever you are summoning for a character, you probably want to have 12 multis saved up instead of 8, because then you can do the 8 multis to get the character guaranteed, and then you can do the 4 multis to get the weapon guaranteed, which I know is not the easiest thing to save up in the world. I'm just saying, if you are working towards saving and you're trying to save for a character in the future and you're trying to map it out properly, you need to save 12 multis, not 8, because the weapon stamps are a night and day difference. Like, bro, the extra stats you get from them are just insane alone. And not to mention, once you get down to the 4-star weapon stamp range, which my Ichigo doesn't have his weapon stamp, you can see here, I'm not even getting 50% weapon stats boost anymore with this weapon stamp right here. And it's just a rarity down, right? They could have knocked it down to 40%, 30%. No, half the percentage. So you're only getting 25% from this, which is really bad compared to the 50% that you could be getting. And then I gotta have somebody out here who has like a basic, like, no, all the SR characters have their weapon stamp, of course. That doesn't matter. We can just literally go and look at the weapon stamps. Hold on. This one right here is only providing a 15% stat boost. So the lower the rarity of your weapon stamp, the worse it's going to feel using the character. So remember, please, please, please save up enough to do 12 summons, not 8 summons. You need these weapon stamps, man. And it sucks. And I'm not trying to feed you some BS. Like, bro, the ultimate free-to-play player that I watch for any of these gacha games, like this man Slug, I gotta give him his props. Bro plays a million gacha games, plays them all free-to-play, and grinds out the in-game shit, bro. So bro knows what he's talking about in a free-to-play regard. If I need some advice from a free-to-play standpoint, because I always spend money in these games, so I can't just go spout, you know, oh, free-to-play this, free-to-play that, right? I can always say that I'm parading for the free-to-plays, and I want the free-to-plays to eat in these games, but I'm still spending money, so I'm a part of the problem. It'd be like that. But listening to somebody who's actually free to play, this man said that you're selling the character short if you don't get the weapon as well. And if my boy is the ultimate free to play player and he's saying that, bro, then it means something. So guys, save up 12 summons, not 8 summons. And if you get lucky, hey, pat on the back. At least you were well prepared. Next way you can boost your character's power, and maybe, and I don't know, I feel like this does boost the power, like actual number directly, but more so what I mean by like actual applicative power when you're in battle. The next way you can boost the character's power is obviously going to be the techniques and the passives and all the skills and everything, right? But this is also locked behind your account level base. Everything under, besides boundary and stamp, everything under stats is literally dependent on, or I guess I didn't have to say, weapon and skills all dependent on your character level. The higher your character's level, the higher you can boost their skills. So that means that these first 3 categories right here are all based on the account level that you have at the moment. So that means that you want to consistently push your account level. You consistently want to be grinding content. And even though the stamina sucks, yes, you kind of want to use your stamina until you have no more every single day so you can level up the absolute fastest. And you can save your stamina jades if you want. It's just going to make your level up process a little bit slower. I use every single stamina jade that comes into my account, but I try not to use the, like back in JJK when I used to use my cubes to get a bunch of stamina in the day. I used to do just that. I used to use 600 cubes a day in JJK, which is insane because you need 3,000 cubes for a summon, and it's very hard to get a pity in JJK. So it was insane that I was doing that. So I'm glad that I've seen the mistake of my ways, and now in a game where I feel like the pity is much more forgiving, I'm actually being way more conservative now, and I'm still using the item they give us for stamina, but I'm not actually just using my jade straight up anymore. That's just a little bit ridiculous in my opinion. And not to mention the stamina in this game, the escrow stamina that you can gain, like the extra stamina you get after your stamina maxes out, it does not stack at the same time as your regular stamina. Your regular stamina has to get full first before you actually can get the overflow stamina to start filling up. And the regular stamina fills up once every 6 minutes, and then once you get to the overflow stamina, 1 every 12 minutes. And I am not going to be making any hate tirade videos on this game. I enjoy this game way too much, and I appreciate Crunchyroll way too much for the experience they're giving me right now. But I will say, just a nice little consideration for the players, I would say Crunchyroll, it would be nice if stamina, I would say it'd be nice if stamina refilled once every 3 or 2 minutes, because that's how it is on Dokkan. I think it's 1 every 3 minutes. Once every 3 or 2 minutes would be nice, and then the overflow stamina refills 1 every 4 to 6 minutes. I say it would be a much better range, because you got to think, we have to literally let our stamina get full and sit at full and not use our stamina for the overflow stamina to fill up. So it'd be nice if it filled up a little bit faster so we didn't have to sit for such long periods without using our actual stamina. And obviously, you don't need to build it up all at once. You can obviously use your stamina and refill it as you see fit and try to work it out and try to get your overflow stamina filled out as fast as you can. But either way, 6 minutes in base stamina and then 12 minutes for 1, overflow stamina feels pretty bad. That means that you literally only get 10 stamina in 1 hour. Like, that's not good. That's not good. But the game has so many different game modes that don't require stamina that I don't complain about it too much. But yes, skills, weapons, and stats are all based on your account level, technically, because your stats are based on your account level. Your weapon is based on your stats or your character's main level, and then your skills are based off of your character's main level as well. So as of right now, I can't push his guys' skills any further. Like, level 7 is the max level of skills for me right now, and then the passives as well cannot be pushed any further at the moment. But you can see here, level 95 for the 3rd skill to get boosted up again, which is going to be a little while. Level 85 for the 2nd skill to get boosted up, a little while. And level 75 even for this skill to get boosted up. So it's going to be a little while before I get any of these skills leveled up again. But it'll be really nice when I do finally get up to that point. And also, guys, I'm gonna go back around and do like a speed round of where you get all the materials, because obviously I forgot to do that part, or I guess I can do it now. For the stats, you need these items right here for Ascension. You can click on all these items and go exactly where it takes you. So this is Katakura Defense. You go to the training supply screen in your game. Let's see. Oh my gosh. You go to the training supply screen in your game. Right here. Katakura Defense. Yes, Ascension materials. Katakura Defense. Boom. This is where you actually get the Ascension material to actually get your character up to the next level cap. So get them up to level 80, boost them from the level 70 to the level 80 point. But if you come back and look at the basic materials, this right here is where you farm character experience, Patrol of the World. This is where you farm character experience to actually boost the character's level out to get to that point. And you can see all these stages here obviously provide you with experience every time you do them, because they cost stamina. So GG for that. Then we can come down back to the weapons, and the weapons are going to be increased off of. I didn't even need to go back to the weapons. It's okay. The stages literally say what they boost, like, right here. But right here, weapon ascension, you need these little mallets, these little hammers right here. This is the stage for it. And one thing that you will notice is that it is type specific. So you do need to go through and beat all of these different stages so that you can get whatever you need for whichever specific type of character. So before Gin comes, I'm looking to get to level 60 right? And also, not only am I trying to get level 60, but I am trying to get down here so that I can just keep farming this up and be overly prepared for this man Geen whenever he drops. Because guys, when you are ascending characters, if you're out of materials, I'm pretty sure you can just convert the bigger ones into smaller ones. So you can just farm a bunch of the bigger ones and convert them down instead of farming the little ones, wasting your time on these stages down here. Then also the weapon level up material is going to be these little kind of like forged smelted ore, I guess is the word I'm trying to say. You can get these down here. You can see that these 3-stack ones are the biggest one that you can get, so you want to make sure that you're grinding these up as well, and that is going to be for your weapons. And then for your skills is a little bit more spread out. These are the skill materials right here, and the skill materials again are based off of type. But these are for like the active skills you're doing in battle. So these are like your technique, your ultimate, your basic attack, and your counter attack. There's actually a separate place where you have to go and farm the let's see, where is it? There's a separate section entirely actually where you go to farm the actual passive skills. You can see right here these little charms have like omamori. I guess omamori might be the Japanese word for charm, but these just look like charms that parents would give their kids for like good luck or protection or something like that. These little charms, you can see there's a sword on this one, so that's for assault characters. This one is for tactic characters, and this one is for support characters. So you will notice that the distinction between these 3 charms is not based on strike, thrust, spirit, and slash, but instead it is based on full assault, tactic, or support, which just makes it a little bit easier to what is the word I want to say? Makes it a little bit easier to farm for characters in a big like sense, right? Because there are of course a couple of slash characters and a couple of thrust characters and a couple of strike and spirit characters, but since there's 4 typings, that means there's going to be like a pretty even like breakup amongst those characters. Since there's only 3 different subtypings that the characters can be, that means that if you're farming for one character, you're actually farming for a lot more characters than if it were just basic typings, if that makes sense, right? So say I'm farming tactic materials for a passive upgrade on a tactic unit. There's going to be more characters. And it could be dependent on the actual class. Let's say full assault instead. Usually games like these have mainly attackers, right? So let's say I'm farming full assault on Omamori for a full assault character's passives. Then that means that after I'm done farming for their passive, I'm just gonna have some extra sitting around for a bunch of other characters. Versus if I was farming for just like slash characters, I'd only have some for slash characters. But there's more full assault characters than there are slash characters in the game. Do you understand me? Since there's one less category to the subcategories of characters in the game, that means that when I'm farming for one character, I'm technically farming for more characters at the same time, if that makes sense. I don't know if people can see the way that I'm seeing that, but that is basically what I'm meaning there. But that is where you farm all 3 of those things for the skill, for the actual character level, for the skill level, and for the weapon level. Now, if we come back here to boundary, the only way that you can farm the boundary is by summoning. Or obviously you can go to a shop, and I'll show the shop off, but like basically the boundary is literally just a dupe system. It seems like stock standard across the board. The first 2 are going to increase just like some random skills or give extra effects. The 3rd and 5th one seem to increase all your skill levels by 2. Yes, because the 4th and 5th one increase your skill levels by 2. You can see 4 is also just giving some extra little passive here, and 6 is also going to be giving some extra little passive here as well. And also when you get to 6, you get a nameplate for your character. So if you max out your favorite character, they will give you some extra account customization to make you, feel like, hey man, I'm really out here for Geen, or I'm really out here for Aizen, or I'm really out here for whoever, right? But cool. 6-star gets you the nameplate and obviously the extra passives. And then I believe, you get a title as well for the 5-star, and then you also get a character, an account profile icon for the 3-star, which those are not that important, but hey bro, I like to customize my account, so I think that's somewhat important. And basically, when you summon the character, they have their basic like Bleach, like original Bleach, like kind of like picture for the account. But then you can see here if you get them to Ascension 3, you unlock kind of like a 1,000-year Blood War kind of like makeover of them, which I think is pretty cool because it's just it all adds that effect that it makes the 1,000-year Blood War stuff feel like so impending in the game, even though they have so many characters to get out to us. But yes, that is literally how the duplicates are going to work, and you can see this right here that literally comes from summoning, and it'll tell you that you need to get it from the limited character summon. And Hitsugai is specific. You do need Hitsugai from the character summon because he's not in the shop just yet. But literally, if you come to the shop right here and go to the not the exchange zone, the special offer zone, if you come down to the advanced ticket stub exchange, if you get 2,000 tickets, you can actually just outright purchase a character's dupe. And you're allowed to do this 6 times for all these characters. And actually, my Urahara is already 1 out of 6, I'm pretty sure. But you can see here that it's locked for characters that you do not have in your account. So you can't buy your first copy of a character here, but you can buy duplicates of a character here. And honestly, the way that I plan to summon, I feel like it would be kind of wasteful of me to pick up just like the exact character dupe I'm looking for, because like I'm just like, you don't need dupes in this game. I'd rather just summon and let the dupes come naturally, because me spending 2,000 right here could be the difference. Because look at how many tickets I can buy right now, chat. I can buy 20 premium gacha tickets right now. I have 40, so I can boost myself up to 60 gacha tickets right now, chat. That means that if I were to do some gacha summons and I picked up 2 characters in one, that would mean I bought 20 tickets, you know, I got 2 characters in one summon, which is going to average out way better than spending 2,000 for one dupe right here. I think the 2,000 for one dupe is if like you summon all the time, you're absolutely desperate for the characters that you're looking for. But at this point, yeah, no, I think you should just be saving it for these tickets and also these tickets. So maybe I wouldn't dump all the tickets into the character banner. Well, I mean, you need the character for the stamp, for the weapon to be useful. So I think it would be smarter to just dump all of the resources into this, but like there's nothing else in the shop you can pick up. So I feel like I could honestly go ahead and just pick up these tickets right now, but I want to wait and let them sit first, because the next time the new character comes around, say I buy all the bundles, if I have the proper amount of tickets that I need to pick up the tickets to a point where I have 80 of these tickets and I have 40 of these tickets, I can literally just do that and just leave my jades untouched. So people say the game's not free to play friendly. I feel like the game kind of is. I feel like there's a lot of extra places where you can get a lot of extra resources and actually just build up and plot on, you know, it's like, bro, there's no limit to these. You can just get these as much as you want in a month. And then also down here, this is a somewhat free-to-play option. And every month you can buy 20, or not 24, I'm sorry. You can buy 3 limited gacha tickets and 3 limited stamp tickets, and these right here. I would say use these points for all of these tickets right here, all the types of tickets. Just because these points come to you so frequently, you get these for summoning SR and rare characters in the summon. So these points come to you very, very frequently, because that is what most of your summons are. And it's a monthly reset, so you have plenty of time to build it back up every single time. And I don't know that I want. How much does it cost to get all 90 of these? Wow, that costs a lot. But I have enough to do it for all 4. I'm gonna be honest, chat. I don't know if I'm going to do that just yet, but like I could do it for all 4 of these, and that would help my account quite a bit. I gotta think about it, chat, but I might be doing that, because the way that I summon, you know I'm going to be back up to where I need to be, and the way that I planned my account out, I'm going to be that way as well. Then let's come back. Let's see. We talked about boundary. Now, stamps. Stamps is going to be like that last little piece, that little coup d'etat, right? Or I don't know if that was the word, the piece de resistance. I think that's what I meant to say. But basically what the stamps are is practically they're weapons for your character, or not weapons, gear. They're practically gear for your character. So core stamp, after you summon a character, you can buy a core stamp for $20. I probably plan on buying all the core stamps. I'm going to be honest with you. The things that I purchase in the game don't seem that expensive, so I don't have that big of a problem like paying for it, right? So I'm probably, every new character that comes out, I'm probably just going to pick up their core stamp. I'm actually saving my stamp corridor keys, which we'll go over that stage in a second, but core stamp is just something else that gives the character an extra little boost. And what I will say is, what I have noticed, the weapon stamp has a much bigger effect than the core stamp. Because I have Ichigo's core stamp, no weapon stamp, and my Ichigo feels like he's ass. Absolute dog shit. But Hitsugaya, I had his weapon stamp initially, and I already was very impressed with him, and then the core stamp just gave him like a tiny bit extra little edge, but it didn't make him, it wasn't like a night and day thing. I feel like if I had the core stamp first and had no weapon, and then got the weapon eventually, I feel like that would have seemed more night and day for me. But I'm pretty sure me not having a weapon stamp for Ichigo is what's making my, my runs not leaderboard worthy whenever I'm doing like certain missions compared to other people. So weapon stamp is still more important, I would say so. And core stamps, you can literally farm for free from the stamp corridor, but these also, we'll go over where you can get these as well. So this right here is the stamp corridor, and you can see this uses stamp corridor keys to actually pick up stamps. If you have a bunch of keys, you can do like, you know, 5 drop runs and everything. And whenever you don't have the one weekly guaranteed SSR, basically what you do is you keep running this until the progress gets all the way up to 100%. And then you're gonna do a run, and then you're gonna get your SSR guaranteed stamp, right? But one thing that I will say, chat, if you were like at 99% and you're almost to the point where you get the guaranteed stamp right here, do not do a time 5's run when you're at 99%. I've done that before because I thought that in that run it would just boost up to 100% and just give me the guaranteed stamp. But instead, what it did was it pushed me up to 100%, and I used 5 runs when I only needed to use 1. And honestly, I didn't even need the 1 run. Like, it was 1% away, bro. You get more than 1% per run. So definitely make sure that if you're really close to the end of the gauge, you micromanage the hell out of your stamp quarter keys so you don't waste them. And then whenever you get the, and it's not like using 5 keys on this run specifically is going to give you 5 of these. No, that's not what's going to happen. But I just like on the stage that I'm getting this, since they're already giving me this, I have this weird mentality where I'm like, the game is already giving me, blessing me up like this, so why not use the time 5s on this run? Maybe I will get multiple in this, because sometimes you pick up the gold box, and when you get the gold box, it literally tells you right here, the gold box has a chance to give you a full-on 5-star stamp, or 5 shards for a stamp, or 3 shards for the stamp. The purple box has a chance to give you 1 shard for a 5-star stamp, a guaranteed 4-star stamp, or 5 shards, 3 shards, etc. And then the lowest box has a chance to give you 1 shard, and then one star or 2-star stamp. So that is just kind of how this breaks down here. And guys, I'm of the mindset that for the anniversary, like, we're looking at Hitsugai's campaign right now, and it's pretty incredible in my opinion. I think it's a very good campaign, man. And I keep saying that, dude, but like, they put a lot of care into it. We have an extra story mode little thing going on right now. They're giving us his support character for free. He has a bunch of campaigns around him. He has a limited time challenge. Like, there's a bunch of stuff out right now, bro, and I'm enjoying it. And he's just a general release character, so I'm just like, oh, are we just gonna be expecting this from now on? And guys, I will say there is a little strat you can do. I am saving all of my core stamps, I'm guessing, until the 0.5 anniversary, because I get 1 a week, right? So I use 1 a week, but when I use that 1 core stamp a week, I come over here, and then boom, I do these stages twice each, and then I get 4 core stamps back from this. So like, literally, I'm going to use 1 core stamp a week and then pick up I'm going to be netting 3 core stamps a week at the very least without spending any money. So core stamps are going to be looking really good for the half anniversary, but also another place where you can get the other shards, not the main actual character shard, but these shards right here, right? So this is like the picture for it, but these are the individual shards. Like, these are the con shards you just saw on my account. I can go to the one so you can see the exact same shards we're looking at now. These are the con shards that you saw on my account. Basically, this is why I say this is like the gear. These shards are for spirit characters. These shards are for ultimate kind of like rush and battlefield skill background characters. These shards over here are for thrust characters. These shards right here are for not for strike characters actually, but increased base attack. Again, just some battlefield skill type of thing. And it tells you which character they recommend for each page. These are strike damage ones, and then this one is going to be a base HP one. And then the other one is going to be slash. I'm sorry, that's the wrong one. It's over here. The other one's going to be slash. And then what else? Slash and base attack by 16%. And then when dealing damage, grants 1 stack of the following. Oh, it gives you like, this is the one that gives you like random buffs that can just happen at any time. But yes, basically, these are the gear in the game, and you want to try to get the 5-star version of them, because once you get the 5-star version of them, you can literally star them up to 6-star. Now, right now, where I am at in the gear stages, I can get 5-star, or I can get 4-star or 3-star. I don't think that they would just give you 6-star outright. I think more so it would be kind of like, okay, you get, from this stage, you can get 5-star or 4-star, and then maybe from stage 6, you can just get guaranteed, like, 5 stars. And this is kind of how I've been maintaining my shards day to day. I try not to use too much stamina in this stage specifically, or I just try not to use too much stamina day to day in general, because like I said, I'm trying to build this up right here. But literally, this is where I come to maintain my shards for free, because you get 2 free runs every day, and there's a chance that you can get pieces of a shard, or there's a chance you can get like shards of a shard. What? or you just get the full shard right there, right? So this is what I have been doing to maintain my shards, and like I said, this is what you use to maintain your core stamps. What else is there? Oh yeah, there's one more area that we forgot about, or that I forgot about, I guess. But that is kind of cover up your stamps, and literally once you get your stamps up, when you enhance your stamps, you can level them up, ascend them, and the ascension material that you need is right here. It literally is the soul guard missions in the training area of the game. So we already not looked at this, but we were already in this area of the game. Just come back to the same area of the game, farm this material right here, and it will allow you to ascend your stamps. But you can see it takes a lot to ascend a stamp, so it just eats so much of that material. But then there's an extra little thing you can do called starring up. And basically what starring up is you get some stamp nexuses. And nexi, you get some stamp nexus, and when you use the stamp nexus, you increase the level cap of this to level 30, and also final ascension. All advanced stats will be enhanced. So all the stats will get enhanced right here. You will also increase the level to level 30, so you can increase these base stats even more so. And also, I have one 6-star stamp somewhere. It's on Ichigo. It's right here. Shard, stamp shard, I guess. Then you can see right here also, enhanced battlefield skill 1. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh yeah, let's go back to that screen. You get an extra you get an extra passive skill on your stamp, and then after you get the passive skill on your stamp, you can actually come in and re-roll that stamp. But you have to use 6-star stamp as a rewind material, which is unfortunate. So that means that you need to nexus up another stamp to 6-star, or maybe you can farm 6-star stamps, I don't know. Nexus up a 6-star as far as I know. And then you literally, I don't know, it feels like just giving guaranteed 5-star stamp shards on the last stage just feels a little too easy. I don't know. So maybe you do get 6-star, 5-star, 4-star from the final stage. That way you can just get some stamps that already naturally have the extra passive skills on them. And then that way it's a lot easier. Because you got to think, for you to re-roll this, they're asking you to waste 10 stamp nexi, and then fuse that item into this if it's not a better item already, and then, you know, re-roll the stat again, right? So this right now is not good for Ichigo because it increases battlefield skill damage, and Ichigo does not have battlefield skills, so this needs to be re-rolled for sure. Oh, does it tell you? It tells you actually. It actually tells you exactly what you can get. Performing a star upgrade on stamps grants one of the following random passives. If a stamp with the same passive effect is equipped, the passive's level increases. Oh. So basically, not only do you want to get like a good substat on one of your shards, you want to get it on all your shards because it overall has a better synergy to it. So for Ichigo, for example, what would I do? Would I do increase all damage? Is there one for slash damage specifically? Wait, let's see. Increases all damage by 9%. Full assault character equipment gains an extra 3%. Ooh. So increases all damage by 27%. Full assault characters gain an extra 9%. So that would be an extra 36% damage for full assault characters. So I could put that on Ichigo like that, or increase the base attack damage by 30%. Full assault characters equip gain an extra 10%. See, there's a lot of there's a lot of different passes, bro. And there's a lot of choices, but this is like the one part of the game where I feel like the guide screen will not help you, so I do need to go a little bit more in depth with this stuff. But this is something that'll just come naturally as I get higher level in the game, and I can like literally we'll go back around and just do showcases again for the characters after I have the proper rerolls on their substats. But yes, you can also star up your shards and then get extra passes on your shards. So very in depth with the character building, and I actually love it a lot. Then one more thing is you can boost your bond, which bond is going to come from, Stamp Nexus. You get them from actually the limited time event against Gin Ichimaru right now, and also you're gonna get your Stamp Nexuses from challenge supplies, limited time events, special offers. So special offers, you come down to the ticket stub exchange and you can trade out, exchange zone. There we go. You can buy 30 of these a month. Right now I can pick up 5. I'm waiting until I can buy a full 10 so I can get the next 10, and then honestly I'm just trying to get all these for the month is basically what I'm saying, chat. But yes, you can pick these up from this shop right here. And then where else did it say? Challenge supplies. That's the shop that I was just in. Special offers, I guess sometimes you can buy the Stamp Nexus, but it's just not there right now. Oh no, you can spend Jades on it, which I'm absolutely not doing. That resets daily. Yo, that is a trap, chat. Do not pay attention to that. They are trying to bait you hard. I only have 20 paid crystals left. I'm just gonna go ahead and switch them over to actual, just like regular crystals. Anyway, Then the last place is limited time event. So like I said, that's the Gin Ichimaru event that's out right now. That is where you're gonna get your stamp nexus so that you can stamp up your or star up your stamps. Then lastly, we can talk about bond. Bond is like just like shards that you collect from doing adventure mode. Can I unlock this? No. Or I can, but I don't have it, is what I meant. Bonds you collect from getting adventure mode, and it actually tells you, you know, what bonds are pretty solid for certain characters, but these are not the only. Is this showing? I guess it's showing all of the bonds that are good for, oh, these are memory bonds. What is the difference between a memory bond and a regular bond? So where do you get the rest of these? Special rewards from adventure. So it looks like it's all from adventure. But I don't be seeing all these different shards. I don't be seeing all these different shards on adventure mode though. So I am a little bit curious, you know, where you get all of these, but maybe I'm just slacking on adventure mode and I need to get deeper in adventure mode to figure something out. But yes, these bonds are just gonna add just extra little passives for your characters, and they're really nice because these are things that you can just work on in general in the account that are not character specific, and you can put on any character at any given moment, right? So you can decide how you want to build your character. If you want to skew a character a little bit more crit damage, or maybe you want to, you know, just do more raw outright damage, or maybe you need battlefield skill damage, or maybe you want to increase the attack of all team characters, right? Then you put this on a support character. But bonds just give you that extra little layer of customization to your character and fine-tuning what they are doing for your team. And the bonds, like I said, are going to be coming from farming adventure. Oh, you get the bonds from this. I see. And the more that you farm adventure mode, the more that you unlock these. So this requires me beating adventure mode chapter 6 and then adventure chapter 8. But once I have all this unlocked, and I can upgrade all these patrol missions, that means that I'm going to be maximizing my capabilities of getting all of these different bond crystals for all these different characters. And then also, you can just get some. The memory bonds are from, that's the difference, chat. The regular bonds come from deploy. The memory bonds come from adventure mode, because all these ones I have picked up in a chapter of adventure mode so far. And quite literally, you can see if I go to adventure mode right now, boom, I beat chapter 6, I get the Yoruichi bond. So I got, yes, Yoruichi shard for the bond. But that is the last thing that I can think of for boosting your character's power. And I don't know if the bond actually boosts your character's power. Let's take a look. 26,585. If I remove the bond, yeah, so the bond doesn't actually boost your character's power, but it does make your character more effective in battle. So though it is not showing a stat boost, it is still giving your character improvements in battle. But guys, that is all of the ways, as of right now, that I know that you can boost your character and make your characters absolutely cracked, absolutely busted, where to farm all those materials and everything, and what the benefits of all those things are. If this was helpful to you guys, then please do go down below and leave a like on the video to let me know that you like the video. You can also subscribe and go down, oh my gosh, you can also subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can get notified every single time the Deadman hits the 26585 glide, bars. And you can also comment down below and let me know what else you want to know, what else you want to see. Are there any more guides that you need from me? Bars again, oh my gosh, am I a rapper today? But yes, guys, you have an excellent day. I know I keep saying this, but like all these videos are just like me bum rushing before not bum rushing, I'm putting my thought into it, but these videos are just me kind of like pummeling, you know, the content for today before I go to see JJK 0. So very excited about that, man. Or not JJK 0, JJK Execution, which funny enough, I did actually go watch JJK 0 in the theater. I don't remember who with, but I did go watch that in the theater. So it seems that every theatrical release, except for the Gojo and Gato thing, every theatrical release besides that I have gone to see for JJK. So I guess I'm dedicated. I don't know, man. Too bad Phantom Parade's a bad game, but that is besides the point. Everything that Deadman said before, you can go and do if you want to do it. But please do remember that the Deadman loves you the truest. Y'all have an excellent day. Peace out.